It is gratifying to recall that in February this year, Mr. President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria inducted 2 Agusta-109 Power and 1 Mi-171E helicopter. Today's event therefore marks yet another milestone that bears eloquent testimony of the unwavering resolve of the federal government to equip and restore the glory of Nigerian Air Force so that the service can prevail in addressing current and emerging threats to the security, the territorial integrity of our beloved country. For the past decade, Nigeria has faced horrific national security challenges that have manifested in the form of terrorism and insurgency, and more recently, armed banditry. The Nigerian Air Force, in concert with sister services and other security agencies, has vigorously confronted these myriads of threats to ensure that the territorial integrity and national sovereignty of our dear nation is not undermined. The fight against insurgency, terrorism, and banditry could not have been possible without the effective employment of modern combat platforms and equipment procured by this government to detect, neutralize, and deter these enemies of our nation and deny them the freedom they once had to attack communities at will. Your Excellency, before the advent of your administration in 2015, the Nigerian Air Force was struggling to perform its statutory roles with an abysmal 30 to 30% flyable aircraft serviceability rate. We recall that terrorism, insurgency, and other heinous crimes were ravaging the nation, with improvised explosive devices exploding not only in the Northeast, but indeed in several urban centers, including the Federal Capital Territory. Not less than 8 major explosions were recorded in the FCT, killing and maiming several innocent Nigerians. Similarly, the Central Mosque in Kano and several places of worship were targeted regularly, so much so that security personnel were tasked to cordon off these worship places to prevent suicide bombers from penetrating to exploit their devices. In Maiduguri, young girls strapped with IEDs were used to target markets, motor parks, mosques, churches, and public gatherings. Several innocent people were maimed and killed. The terrorists went further to establish a caliphate headquarters in Goza. We equally remember how the perversity and persistent insecurity necessitated the declaration of state of emergency in Adamawa, Borno, and Yobe states. On assumption of office, however, Your Excellency, you graciously approved the procurement of military equipment, including trainer aircraft, fighter aircraft, and helicopter gunships. That visionary step profoundly rejuvenated the Nigerian Air Force operations.
By the rank here, we have an executive corps and dropping of all troops between partial sector. So we have an parent here, and troops are being employed through this situation. So I also here have other executive corps.
go up. Yeah, it's going up.
And so just lifting is the Mi-171 combat helicopter, and which has just been inducted by the Commander-in-Chief of all the Armed Forces, President Muhammadu Buhari. Now, this helicopter indeed is the 20L-39ZA fighter jet, which was also reactivated in Nigeria through the Life Extension Program. Now, the question is, how exactly will these helicopters, or how efficient will these helicopters contribute to solving Nigeria's problems of insecurity? All right, let's go.
We'll take it again.
We'll just go to normal this time.
Auntie, come back and so that we all of us can take shot. Just come back.
To signify that it is serviceable and ready for deployment. Furthermore, the aircraft is repositioning for the next maneuver, which is the Cuban gate. Could you please give them a sounding round of applause? At the end of the loop, with the 45 degree line.
I know they see I'm with the top operation. This one I come
with the 45 degree line, and another half roll in the opposite direction, and another one end of the loop to level 5. The aircraft is gaining speed, and anytime from now, we pull up.
Maybe this guy will run here.
There comes the pool. What is coming out now is the of another loop. Here comes the pool. Could we please give him a round of applause? When he gets to the 45 degree line, he's roll inverted, and it looks like he's coming down to hit the ground. But he's not going to hit the ground. For the love of the country, he's going to pull up. This summit brings us to the end of the aerobatic display of the newly inducted and reactivated platforms. May I now hand over to the master of ceremony. Thank you, sir.
In this very auspicious event to a close, on behalf of the Chief of the Air Staff, the organizing committee, I want to thank you most sincerely for being a part of history. I've been the master of ceremony.
We'll finish this, Alex.
One without.
Yeah, done.
One without. Very briefly.
We are very grateful to the Air Force for the achievements so far. And I'm here on behalf of the Commander-in-Chief to represent him in the extra ceremony that has been performed, less the virtual thing we have done in the villa. The general impression is that the government of General Muhammadu Buhari is doing all it can to provide us the platforms which will enable us to do our constitutional role properly. So far, the Nigerian Air Force has been one of the strongest allies of the combined operation we are having. And I think with the improved platforms, we should be able to do much better in the field.
For us in the Air Force that is fighting in an area that is about 705,000 square kilometers, Every time you have an aircraft coming into the service is something that is exciting to us, because we use aircraft to fight, to provide an enabling environment also for our surface forces to function effectively. So to us it's a very exciting moment, and more exciting actually is the fact that we are conducting reactivation of aircraft in Nigeria. So saving foreign exchange and also building the capacity of our officers and men. We have done that in Lagos for the C-130. We have done that in Kano for the L-39. And we are doing that in Kainji for the Alpha Jet. Right now in Abuja, we are equally doing one on the Beechcraft aircraft, which is the second time we are doing that in the history of the Air Force. So it's very exciting, and we are very delighted that the federal government has actually been coming in at every time to support us. If you look at the number of aircraft reactivated, the number of aircraft that is coming in, we are expecting 15. The number of aircraft that has come into Nigeria, 23. And I think it is quite exciting. We believe that with the steps taken so far, the gap that has existed for decades is gradually being breached. And I'm sure we are going to begin to see the value. In fact, we have started seeing the value of this. Without those aircraft, there wouldn't have been even the 2019. It would have been extremely difficult, logistic-wise, to move over 700,000 kilograms of electoral material to 32 different locations. It's a huge logistic exercise. It was only possible because we had aircraft, we had trained personnel, we had maintenance crew that can do it. So the message that we are sending out of this ceremony is that those who are out to undermine the national sovereignty of Nigeria will not succeed. We'll continue to work round the clock to ensure that our territorial integrity is protected. We'll continue to work round the clock to ensure that those who are out to send children out of school to kidnap them, they will not succeed. And that is the message I think I want to send out of what we are doing or what we have done this afternoon.